Rasty McGibbon with Mike Morrison, assistant coach, Liberty University, Women's Division I with a 3-2 overtime winner. Mo, what in the world, bro?
Yeah, that was a tough game. I mean, ASU, holy cow, their attendee stood on her head. And to think that she's done that for 3 games in a row, unbelievable on her. I mean, excellent job. I believe the first game is always the hardest.
It is.
Right? You got to get over that hump. You got the jitters, you're gripping the sticks a little tight. So first game, I think, is always the hardest. Give credit to ASU and Zasha for scoring the overtime winner.
So when you guys were actually down, you were down. You didn't have to, so you pulled the goalie, then you're able to get the penalty, put the goalie back in. When you scored, were you able to kind of take a sigh of relief and knowing, that 5-on-5, you had really just pounded them all night, but they just had an incredible goalie?
Yeah. So I think as soon as we tied it up, it was kind of that breath of fresh air of like, okay, we're back to our game plan. We're back to 5-on-5. Let's cycle. And I think that we just told the girls, like, hey, don't grip it too tight. We know our plan, we know our systems, we know what we got to do. Let's get back to that, right? Rather than just scramble hockey and we got to score or we're going home. So I think at that point it was back to our rhythm, and then once we hit overtime, we were just saying, hey, let's play our game. So
let me ask you, as a coach, do you ever get to the point where it gets into the player's head that, hey, I think someone told me unofficially, through the first 3 periods, you guys had 65 shots on goal. Do you ever worry it's going to get into the player's head that the puck is just not going to go in?
Yeah, I mean, you're probably thinking it. Do you want to say it? No, yeah. Right? But you're definitely thinking about it. Sometimes the games are just. Sometimes bounces don't go your way, and that's sports, right? But I think that when we go back and we tell the girls to stick to the fundamentals, that's what's going to give us success, right? When we're kind of looking to score and we're having a lot of shots and the goalie's standing on her head, it's just like, it's going to come. It's just a matter of time, right? If we have more shots than them, our probability of scoring is a lot higher than theirs. So just sticking to the fundamentals was what we wanted to do after we tied it up.
Do you feel... You guys have been king of the hill for so long. Do you feel that every game you go into now, there's just this overwhelming mounting pressure against you to be dethroned?
For sure.
How do you deal with that?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think we have a good team, like a team, support team and team all around, right? That's dedicated to helping us get through any of that emotional stuff, physical stuff, our athletic trainers, coaches. But at the same time, we've been here, we've done it before, and hopefully we'll continue to do it, right? But at this point, we're somewhat of everyone's Super Bowl, right? Like we're the ones that people want to knock off, and that's great. We want everyone's best, right? And there's amazing teams here that are scary to play against, right? So I think it's just having everyone coming together for that same purpose and understanding that, like I said earlier, if we stick to our fundamentals and we know how we play Liberty hockey, that's kind of what keeps us rooted.
Do you feel in the years that you've been involved that the homogeneity of these 10 women's teams that get invited to the national tournament has really increased? I mean, probably way back, right? If you were shooting up against a number 10, I mean, even though they'd won, right? It's still a number 10, and you're a 1 and they're a 10. But I mean, tonight they took you to the distance. Do you think that speaks to the level of play in the United States?
100%. I think that now the numbers don't matter as much, right? You're kind of throwing that out the window. It's like, doesn't matter who you're playing for the 3 or 4 or 5 games that you're playing here. You're playing all tough teams. Everyone coming to this tournament on the women's side are all unbelievable, and that kind of disparity between the top and whoever the bottoms are is getting way, way thinner, right? And that's awesome to see. We want that.
Yes.
We love that. We want that. We want to see more girls playing. We want to see more teams having higher caliber, and the competition out here is awesome. And we all love that.
Game plan for tomorrow, does it change at all for your team or business as usual?
No, game plan, I mean, I think that we played a lot of scramble hockey tonight, right? Our team, right? I think we want to get back to our systems, get back to what we know, get back to what kind of gives us our calm and our patience, and but right now we're kind of worried about recovery and rest, and then how we can be efficient tomorrow on everything we do with the girls, right? And So we'll see. I think the game plan's the same, right? Now it doesn't matter what the score is, just if there's a W at the end of the night, right? So that's it.
Well, you grounded out tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks, Rasty.
Mike Morrison, Liberty University, 3-2 overtime win.